welcome back. My name is Stephanie Yin. In this video, I'm going to talk about the mistakes that I find in January. Starting from this month, we're going to do 10 mistakes instead of 8. So why don't we get it started by 30 to 20 mistakes. So the first mistake is the wrong move to expand the moyo. So let's look at the example now. So in this game, both black and white have pretty much finished the opening already. 4 sides and the 4 corners are already enclosed, except that there's only one area on the board still open, which is here. So now it's black's turn, and black was thinking, where should I play so that I can expand my moyo over here, some potentials, and at the same time I can limit white's moyo. So in the actual game, black played a knight move. So why is this a mistake? So when we play or make a knight's move on the board, the first thing we need to make sure is the cutting point, which is right here. So now let's read the ladder. Does the ladder work for black? The answer is no. White has some ladder breaks here. So if the ladder doesn't work for black, then black has to extend. And then white will pull the stone out and threaten the 2 stones on the top. So black needs to hane. And now when white played a 1 space jump here, now we can see the 2 black stones are in danger. The original purpose of this move is to expand the moyo in the center. But after white cuts here, not only all of the potentials is gone, but also these 2 stones are still in danger. So the correct move in this situation should be 1 space jump right here. So usually the 1 space jump is better than the knight's move when there are some white stones on the left, because we have to make sure the ladder will work. First, if the ladder works for black, but we still have to make sure the invasion move here will be working for black as well, because there are some weaknesses here. So that's why in most of the situations the 1 space jump is better than the knight's move. Alright, so now let's look at the next mistake. The second mistake is a wrong 1 space jump. And let's look at the example now. So in this game, black is creating a huge moyo in the center, and white basically have all of the territory on the board already, but black only has one side. So in order to get advantage of this game for black is to attack these 4 stones and gain some profit or benefit from attacking this white group. So in the actual game, black played a 1 space jump here. Why is this a mistake? It looks normal, right? It's a good move to expand the territory or the potential in the center. But why in this situation is a mistake? The answer is this is over-concentrated move, because as we can see on the top, black has a huge wall. It's so strong, and if we just simply played a 1 space jump, that's too close. That's too close to the strong wall on the top. So what black should do is black should play the knight's move right here to give it more pressure on the 4 white stones right here. And if white plays the knight's move as well to escape or break through here, which is the only way for white to escape, and then black can keep playing another knight's move and expand the moyo and the potential or the territory in the center bigger. So now you can see if we just played a 1 space jump, we can surround the territory up to this line. But if I can move 1 more line on the bottom, and I can surround the territory as this big. So it's a huge difference. And also these 2 moves are giving more pressure on the white group here. Alright, so now let's move to the mistakes by 9 to 1 Kyu players. The next mistake is the wrong move to protect multiple cutting points. And let's look at an example now. So in the actual game, white played a peep here and looking for the cut on the top over here and the cut on the right. So in the actual game, black connected here and white pushed and cut. So eventually this group ended up dead. So the question here is there any way for black to protect both cuts at the same time? Answer is yes. There is a very good move, which is, you can call it Tatsuji, right here, Kosumi. After we played this move, if white pushes here and black block, now you can see there's tiger's mouth. The cutting point here doesn't work anymore. And the cutting point on the bottom, it doesn't work either because you can use the ladder to kill it. And if white pushes on the right, after black blocks here, there's another tiger's mouth. The cutting point on the bottom doesn't work either because there's another ladder. So you can also call this move as a double tiger's mouth because after white pushes here and pushes here, that's the move so that he can make a double tiger's mouth. All right, so now let's look at the mistakes by 19 to 10 Kyu players. The next mistake is a wrong enclosure move. Let's look at an example now. So black now is creating a moyo, the huge moyo on the left. And white is pretty much a territorial style in this game. So the question now for black is, how can I enclose this knight move? And because white is trying to slide into the territory right here. So if we just simply play the Kosumi, and white still can keep extending. And after these moves, you can see all of the territory on the side is gone. So is there any good move so that we can enclose everything inside? And yes. So we should play attachment move in the corner first. So the purpose of this move is not trying to cut, because after we cut, and then the white can extend here, now we can see black only has 2 liberties, and it's not going to win. Black is not going to win against the huge group over here. So after we attach inside, where should we play next? And then we should clamp. And if white Hane is here, now you can see black can Atari here, then this stone is dead. It only has 1 liberty left. So what white has to do is white has to connect and play the Hane on the first line to prevent black connecting on the bottom. So after this, white connects, and then black can play the tiger's mouth. Now you can see everything is enclosed. So what black did in the actual game is black played an attachment move on the outside first. So black was thinking after this move, white will pull the stone back, and then black pull the stone back, but this is too ideal. And in the actual game, white counter-attacked this stone, and black clamped, and then white Atari'd, and black connects, and eventually white lived inside of the territory here. And now the 6 stones here is still alive because white is able to make it to a straight 4, which is already a live shape. All right, so now let's look at the next mistake. The first mistake by 9 to 1 Kyu player is a wrong choice of JOSEKI. So most of my students started learning 3-space pincer with double approach when they reached to 10 Kyu, because the 3-space JOSEKI with double approach is way more complicated than the other basic JOSEKIs. So in this game, white played the double approach here, and black played an attachment move here. All right, so when we respond, the common way, one of the common ways to respond a double approach is to attach one side. But why is this the wrong move? Why is this the mistake? The reason is, let me show you the variation first. This is what happened in the actual game. And black took the 3-3 point, and white block, and white black block. So white pull the stone back, and black Atari here. Okay. The reason why this is the wrong choice of Joseki is because black was creating a territory or potential on the top, as we can see before. The reason why black played a 3-space pincer here is to get more territory with the potential in the center. But after this Joseki, black chose the right side and gave up the left side. So the idea of this Joseki is conflict with the idea of the 3-space pincer here. That's why it's the wrong choice of Joseki. So instead of attaching on the right side, black should attach from the left side. And white will hane, black extend, and white will take the 3-straight point, and black blocks, and white pull the stone back, and then black can Atari from the bottom or on the top. So I think in this situation, Atari on the bottom should be fine. Okay, so if we choose from the left side, now the two Josekis are connected because our original purpose of the 3-space pincer is to create more territory and moyo on the left side. Okay, so now let's look at the next mistake. The next mistake is a wrong move to escape. Let's look at the example now. So black and white are fighting in the upper left corner. So white just played an attachment move and black did hanate. So white is looking for some eye space on the top so that it can make a life there. So in the actual game, white descend and then black blocks outside and then white make a tiger's mouth here and creating 2 cutting points for black. And Atari, black connects, and white hanate, black extend. Black only has 2 liberties, so black has to extend the liberty. And then what white missed is white didn't see the ladder on the outside, which is over here. And then black, so since there's only a start point on the bottom right corner, so the ladder doesn't work for white. We end it right here. So eventually everything was dead inside that corner. So where is the correct move to help this group to live? Okay, so somehow we have to use the weakness on the outside. So the correct move should be the hane on the top. As the hane, you might have a question, what if black Atari and kill the stone on the second line? And now white is going to Atari on the top and break through from here. And then black, if black blocks here, white Ataris, black Atari, and now there's Atari here, so that white can kill the 2 stones and connect. Okay, so after white hanes, since Atari and killing that stone doesn't work for black, then black has to connect back. So instead of make a tiger's mouth inside, white could make a tiger's mouth here in sente and extend right here. Now we will have enough eye space to live. Okay, so next let's look at the mistakes by 1 to 4 dan players. The first mistake by 1 to 4 dan player is a wrong move to attack a evasion move. And let's look at an example now. So black is creating a moyo on the upper left corner, and white has some moyo on the bottom right corner here, and some points on the top, and one corner over there. So now it's black's to play. So last move was this one. White already realized the moyo is getting too big, so it's the time to invade. So the question now is, where should black play to attack this stone? So in the actual game, black simply played a 1-space jump here and let white live on the side. This is what happened in the actual game. And black connects here because Atari here doesn't work now, as you can see. Killing the stone will lose everything on the top. right here. You might ask a question, hey, the ladder doesn't work for white, but white doesn't need to use that ladder. Instead, white will just use the net and squeeze black. And now you can see all of the potential in the center is already gone. So Atari and killing that stone definitely not good. So what happened in the actual game is black connect to here, and white make a tiger's mouth, and black honey on top, and now white is able to make a real eye and a good shape there. And so I already have a one eye here. In order to keep attacking this group, black has to destroy the eye on the bottom, and now white can just simply run away. This is what happened. So eventually black lost control and attack of this group. So where is the correct move then? Okay. So one of the most simple way to respond invasion move when you have a larger knight's move is to attach on the top. But before you attach on the top, you have to read the ladder first. So where is the ladder? It doesn't look like there's a ladder. So the ladder is after white wedges here, black Atari on the bottom. Because Atari on the top will give white enough space to live on the side, like this. So of course, black is not happy with this. So all of the territory on the side is gone. So in order to keep attacking this group, black has to Atari on the bottom, and the white extend. Now black Atari is here, and the white Atari on the top, and this is the ladder. But now when we look at the whole situation, there already have some black stones on the top. Of course, the ladder won't work for white. Okay, so that means the wedge won't work for white anymore. So if wedge doesn't work, is this stone dead? No, white still have some moves to live, but the result won't be very good for white. Okay, so I'm going to show you an example right now. So the next move is very important as well. So a lot of people just simply Atari and extend, but this is actually another mistake, because if black just simply a honey and extend on the top, now white can bomb and squeeze or the kick here. So descending here now doesn't work for black anymore, because the two stones only have three liberties. Black is not gonna win for the liberty fight. So how can we prevent that? Oh, by the way, if we can only connect it on the top, now white is very happy with this situation, because not only destroy the territory from black, at the same time you have a huge corner. So black is definitely not satisfied. So how can we prevent this kick, bomb and kick here? So before the honey, black should play attachment move here first. That's definitely a sente. So because white won't lose the corner by like that. All right, and then the white has to honey here, and black honey on the top now, and so white still has to expand the eye space. But now you can see if white still use the same moves, the kick here doesn't work anymore, because black can Atari and descend. Because of that exchange move, now the Atari on the top help black make a tiger's mouth. So that's the key. Attach first, so that the black can prevent white connect from the corner. So now the connection move is gone. So how can white play to live then? White will extend one more time here. Black extend, white honey, and now Atari. Black connects, white make a tiger's mouth. And now black can make this sente and hane to the corner. That's also sente, because there's a Atari here to kill that white stone. White has to descend. And then black can kill this stone by making a knight's shape here. So this variation will be much better than the actual game, because even though white lived on the bottom, on the side, but black still is controlling the whole area in the center. And later on, black can still giving more pressure on this group on the side. All right, so that's the mistake, and let's look at the next one. The next mistake is the wrong side to protect the territory. And let's look at an example now. In the actual game, White just played a reduction move here. So this move is also one of the most common way to reduce this type of influence or territory. And in the actual game, Black played a Kosumi here. Why is this the mistake? So let me show you what happened in the actual game first. And now White make a tiger's mouth, and Black descend, and then White now is able to make two space extension. So in our previous videos, we showed one of the best way to settle your weak group, which is the two space extension. So now White is able to make two space extension instead of Black's territory. So pretty much this group is already almost alive. So let's go back to this move. So since protecting this side is the mistake, of course the correct move should be the knight's move on the top. And then White will use the weakness in the corner and make the good shape. The Atari, and Black will capture, and White will keep Atari here. And push one more, and then White will probably extend here. So, but after White extend here, it gives a very good and vital point for Black to attack this entire group. Even though White can attach on the top, then Black can just simply extend, and then White has to make an empty triangle to protect that cutting point. So now when we look at this situation or this shape of White, we can tell this solution, this situation is much better than the previous one, the actual game. So remember, if we have a bigger side or wider area on one side, then you should always protect that side. And also there are more stones on the bottom, so of course Black should protect it on the top instead. All right, so now let's look at the next mistake. The first mistake by 5 to 7 down player is a wrong decision on defense. So let's look at an example now. In the actual game, Black played a knight's move here to attack the 3 white stones in the upper left corner, which is very aggressive move. Usually we just played the one space jump, right? I guess the reason why Black didn't play that move is because it leaves more room for White to escape. So in the actual game, Black played this move. So let me show you what happened in the actual game. White went here, and Black extend, and White bump, and Black peeped on the top, White connect, and then Black played a knight's move right here to keep creating the potential in the center. So why is this move a mistake? So I can't say this is a mistake because when people reach to 5 to 7 down player, it's not like the mistake you see very obviously. It's not like we didn't see the capture move, we didn't see the eye space. It's just between 60% good or 90% good. So I will say in this situation there is a better move for White. So which is here. It looks like, no, this is definitely not a good move. That's on the second line. Why is this good? So after this move, let me show you the variation first. After this move, Black has to choose whether to block on the bottom or on the top. So if Black block on the bottom, and White will have the sente here. And now White is able to break through from the middle. Because the reason why this variation is is better than the previous one I showed you in the actual game is because the main area, the main territory of black is right here. It's not on the bottom. So this is already a territory for black. Even though black will add some more stones, it doesn't change anything. It's just the same amount of territory. But if white is able to break from here, now you can see all the potentials is gone. So this move won't make black happy. So black will definitely block on the top because like what I said earlier, the main area is in the center. And then white will extend. Black now needs to block, otherwise all the territory is gone if we don't block here. And now when white goes here to protect the cutting point, now we can see the entire group is already alive. So it's almost alive, I would say. If black still wants to kill it in the future or later on, black still can, but since black has a lot of weaknesses on the outside, it won't work right now. So the reason why this move is better than the actual game is because if black adds one more stone right here, there's a cutting point, and white is still able to jump out. That's the first option. Or white can tanuki right here, start invading here, or take the biggest potential move right here. So the idea behind this move is we always want to settle down our weak group first and use some AGs right here later to reduce the territory or potential in the center. Because what happened in the actual game is after these exchange moves, this group is still not alive yet. And black now already get everything he wants. I have a 2 sentences here. There's no way for white to come through this direction. And later on, we'll still have to take care of this weak group. Right? That's why I think this is not very good move in this situation. All right, so now let's look at the last mistake. The last mistake is a wrong ladder breaker. So now let's look at an example. So on the upper right corner, black and white are fighting for the ladder right here. That's also one of the most complicated josekis. So white has 3 stones on the bottom left corner. So the ladder right now doesn't work for black because white has the 2 stones here. So black has to make a ladder breaker first. And in the actual game, black played it here. So if white just simply respond here, and now the ladder will work because we're gonna ladder all the way to the here. That's black, white, black, and if white goes here, black will capture it. So white cannot respond here because if these 2 stones are dead, everything in that corner is dead. So in the actual game, what white did is white Atari'd here and saved the 2 stones. And then black goes here, white blocked, and then just simply sacrifice the stone on the left. Okay, but it looks fine, right? We saved the 2 stones, and then we'll still have some territory on the bottom. The only thing we lost is just 1 stone right here. But why is this a mistake? Because white now has a better move. Instead of just simply respond here, break the ladder. So what is that move then? The next move is a ladder breaker again, which is on the top of that black stone. So after this move, the ladder now works for white again. So right here, white, black, white. Now white is able to connect the 2 stones. So after that move, black has to extend first and white blocks. So after these 2 exchange moves, the ladder is still working for white because now we're gonna play here and Atari here. White goes here, black Atari here, and white will go here. So because of this stone, the ladder is still working. And if black goes here, white can still descend. So even though black tried 3 moves here, but the ladder still work. I think this is what white misread. So I can show you the variation right now. the whole ladders. Okay, all the way right here. Maybe it's very complicated if we don't have the stone on the board. Okay, right there. It's very interesting ladder breaker. So since black played a ladder breaker and then white has another ladder breaker to break the ladder. Okay, so right here, black goes here, white goes here, and look, the most exciting moment. And then black connects here and white can extend. So if black Atari at the bottom, then that's another Atari, the ladder doesn't work anymore. If black Atari is here, now, and if white Atari is here, white can connect. So if black Atari from the right side, after white extend here, white has 3 liberties. So the ladder is still not working. Then that means black has to play another ladder breaker. But since there's no more center in that corner anymore, so there's no good ladder breaker for black in that corner. So what black can do is just simply block here, and now white can come back to Atari this stone. And then, so since this stone is still far from the black 4 stones here, and it's still very hard for black to attack this white stone. So this is the mistake. White didn't see the ladder breaker right here. He just simply responded here and sacrificed this stone. Alright, so that's pretty much the mistakes in January that I find in January. If you like this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and leave some comments below. If you have any questions, you can go to our website and follow us on Facebook and Twitter page. So my name is Stephanie and I will see you next time.